Welcome back to Sportsline here on News Channel 5 Plus. John Burton with you till the top of the hour, talking all things Titans and the quarterback switch. Titans host the LA Chargers Sunday, 3:05 kickoff. You can watch it over on News Channel 5. We'll have the game for you. Back to the phones. Terry has been waiting patiently for several minutes. Terry, go ahead. You're on the air.
Yeah, I got a lot of thoughts, so I'm going to try to make it short. I know you'll cut me off if I don't. Politics and football is a lot alike. Trump will never get impeached, and Marcus Mariota should stay right where he's at. He hadn't had a fair shake. It happens. He's a pretty good quarterback. When he was up against defenses that weren't so good, the offense was you know, they were doing okay. But when you get a tough defense in there, you know, everybody gets nervous. The whole offense should have been benched if there was a way to do that, because they were all messing up. Therefore, the quarterback's going to mess up. If Archie Manning had a good team around him, he'd have went to a Super Bowl. Ain't a doubt in my mind. He never had a good team. There's a bunch of great quarterbacks that never went to a Super Bowl.
Sure are. Dan Marino.
There's a bunch of them. Marino's another one.
Yep.
There you go. And then you got a guy like Brady comes in. I don't know how they keep winning. I don't know. I think they cheat. That's just a joke. I mean, I don't know how they win at many Super Bowls. Maybe that quarterback is that great.
He's the greatest of all time.
Yeah, he probably is. He makes that whole team. He could play with a bunch of pee-wee. They may win a Super Bowl.
He's only had one big-name receiver in his career, and that was Randy Moss.
Really? He's got all these people that don't really do much, and they still do it.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I don't want to get on him. But Archie Manning never had no good teams, did he?
Yeah.
His son Peyton, you know, he had a good team, the Colts, and he even made the Broncos better and won there. And, you know, he had enough to work with. Mariota, in the games they won this year, he was great. You know why? Their defenses wasn't that good. And he was good. He was pretty good in some ones they lost. Tannehill didn't really do anything when he took over. We still lost. Who knows? Mariota might have pulled it out.
He might have.
We'll never know. But we're not going to win. We're not going to have a winning season this year. I can tell you right now.
Well, they're off to a 2-4 start. Thanks for the call. Right now, it doesn't look good, but if they win on Sunday, they're 3-4, and they're still kind of in it with 9 games left. Tim's on line 2. What's up, Tim? Ken, I'm sorry.
Hello?
Hi, is this Ken?
This is Scott.
I'm sorry, Scott. You're on the air. Go ahead. My bad.
Hey, I just want to say that Mariota needs to stay where he's at because it's nothing to do with him. What the deal is the offensive line.
Well, let's be fair. He's not playing well. You can't say that it has absolutely nothing to do with him. He's not played well.
Well, check it out, brother. He's been sacked like 30 times.
No, I understand that.
2 or 3 games.
But he's missed open receivers. He's not read the field well. I mean, he's got a hand in this. To blanketly say this has nothing to do with him and none of this is his fault, that wouldn't be fair. That wouldn't be accurate either.
Yes, because I would just want to say, if your quarterback's not comfortable in the pocket, then he's not going to be comfortable making plays and doing and taking the chances that he needs to be taking, throwing downfield and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Yeah, I know that, you know, it's all a team effort. I know it's all a team effort. But what I'm saying is if they will protect Mariota will start throwing and doing what he's supposed to do.
And I thank you for the call. I appreciate it. Let's go to line 3. Jameson. Let's get a shot at Jameson on the show tonight. Go ahead.
Well, you know, I'm not really a Titan fan, but I always watch all the football games. And I'm with that caller that just got off. I think the offensive line has a lot to do with it because I've been watching them closely. You can't win a game if you don't have a good offensive line. And what I've been noting is they have a terrible offensive line.
Yeah.
The quarterback, he's kind of shaky.
Yeah.
But yet,
no, the offensive line's been terrible. It's been well documented, and I thank you for the call. Let's check in with Ken if he's still on line 1. Hey, Ken.
Yeah.
What's up, brother?
Hey, how are you?
Good.
I have a few comments I would like to talk about.
Fire away. What you got?
And don't get me wrong, kind of looking at this from a perspective of seeing how this team has been operating since they've been here in Nashville, going around to the different college stadiums to play till they got built up here.
Yeah.
But the thing that comes to mind to me is that they've had a great quarterback. He was really good. And the coaching staff and the fans and even some of the beat writers, they wanted to see him play running back.
Who are you talking about?
Who do you think? I'm just saying. They wanted to see the man play running back, and
Who wanted to?
They just
Are you talking about
retired
Steve
his
McNair?
jersey.
Are you talking about Steve McNair?
Yeah, and they just wanted to retire his jersey.
Who wanted to see him play running back?
Some of the beat writers here in Nashville.
Do you have names?
A lot of the fans. They wanted to bench him.
What beat writers wanted Steve McNair to play running back?
I'm not going to.
He was drafted as a quarterback.
That were on the Tennessean saying that would be a viable thing to do. What I'm trying to say regarding that is that here's a man that comes in. He gets 3 different offensive coordinators at least in, I guess, the 5-year history that he's been here.
Yeah.
And you have to be able, when you have a good quarterback that has a good offensive coordinator with him, a lot of that goes by rote. And you have to get your reps, and that allows the quarterback to get down to his B and his C audibles without even thinking. And then if you have an offensive line that, frankly, I'm surprised the last 2 years that they've been able to do the job that they were doing, because they were able to stretch together some games and get a decent record. And then when it all comes in, of course the quarterback gets a lot of the glory, and of course the quarterback gets a lot of the blame. But if your offensive line isn't up to par, your running plays aren't going to go well. Remember, they had a 4,000-yard, 2,000-yard running back here just a few years ago.
Listen, we're, and you make good points, but we're kind of going round and round with the whole O-line thing. Here's where I come out. Okay, Mariota's best years, in my opinion, were under Mike Mularkey and Terry Robisky as the OC. But John Robinson raised his hand after the Titans went 9-7, won a playoff game in Kansas City, and said, Mike Mularkey and Terry Robisky, you guys are not developing Marcus Mariota the way I want him developed, so you're gone. They're gone. In comes Mike Vrabel, Matt LaFleur for 1 year, now Arthur Smith. And Mariota gets benched. Okay? So, yeah, the offensive line has a lot to do with it. Marcus not playing well has a lot to do with it. But the fact that this guy's had to learn new offenses pretty much every year, the fact that, 1 minute you're being told, yeah, take off and run. The next minute you're being told, no, put on some weight, sit in the pocket, and deliver the ball. Marcus Mariota's head's probably...
he really took a beating a few years, too, behind that.
Yeah, he did. And it's just, unfortunately, none of it's worked. But the Titans have managed to win 3 straight years, 9-7, but it hasn't worked. Thanks for the call. We appreciate it. Let's go to Chris on line 2. Hey, Chris, what's up?
Hey, you just pretty much made my point.
Well, make it again, Chris. Go ahead.
I mean, how can anybody expect Marcus to be consistent when the coaching staff has been inconsistent for the last few years? And I still don't understand why Mike Mularkey got fired.
Well, Chris, let me just jump in for a second. Look, and I agree with your point. It's hard for a quarterback to develop when he's constantly having to learn new offenses under new head coaches and new offensive coordinators. But when the harsh reality of the National Football League is when you're the number 2 overall pick in any draft, you are expected to play well, regardless of the situation. And it's not always fair. It's just the law of the jungle.
Right, but can you name one other NFL team that has fired a head coach, after he took us to the playoffs, first time in 9 years, won a game against a really good team, Kansas City, and then the owner came out and said, "Oh, he's our guy."
Yeah.
And then he gets fired.
I know.
I don't
Listen,
get it.
Chris, I was a big Mike Mularkey guy, still am. Nothing against Mike Vrabel at all. I have no issues with Mike Vrabel at all.
It's not his
But
fault.
right. You know, he got an opportunity to be an NFL head coach. You take that opportunity when it presents itself. But yeah, I've been on record as saying I don't like the way it ended for Mike Mularkey. I didn't think it was fair. I didn't think it was right.
And I'm just going to say this. This is just my opinion. I don't know, of course, but I think that John Robinson and Mike Mularkey had some kind of a personality conflict, and it was his idea, John Robinson, to fire Mike Mularkey, and Amy Adams Strunk just went along with it. And sometimes when you stab people in the back, figuratively speaking, and you don't treat them right, sometimes it comes back to bite you. It's called karma. That's just my opinion. Thank you.
Thanks for the call. We appreciate it. All right, let's go to line one. We got who? LD, what's up?
Yeah, I'm talking about gaps, man. When you have a quarterback, any quarterback who cannot see through gaps, and those gaps are filled with linebackers or a fast DN who just made one swim move and got in there. I mean, that's the toughest thing for anybody to go through. I've seen winning football for about 20 years, man. I mean, just knowing where winners stand and knowing how they get the job done. And to see Marcus beat some of the best teams last year, and then all of a sudden they conduct no kind of penetration, hold, or anything. I mean, it's shameful because what you do is you give up on the whole Titans as a franchise, man. I mean, from the shoulder pads all the way down to the shoestrings, those guys did not put on a display that said, hands on the man, you know, touch somebody, do something. It just seemed like they was letting Marcus twirl.
Are you talking about the offensive line, LD? Are you talking about the offensive line?
The offense,
okay.
The whole offensive line, man.
And thanks for the call, man, because we got to keep moving here. Yeah, we're belaboring the point about the offensive line, folks. The offensive line for the Tennessee Titans is bad. We've established that. If it's one thing we've learned on tonight's show is Titans offensive line is bad. They need to get better. We'll see what Tannehill does. Quickly to line three. Johnny! What's up, Johnny? Johnny, you there?
Yeah.
What's up?
This is, I think you just need to go ahead and just wake these fans up and just let them know that Amy needs to go. They need to sell that team.
That's not going to happen.
And get rid of, that's what needs to happen, because as long as that stadium's filled up with seats up there, these idiots is going to buy tickets. And they're going to keep buying the tickets, and it's been the same way for 20 years. But they need to sell that team. And,
all right, thanks for the call. That's not going to happen. All right, let's quickly run a little bit of what Ryan Tannehill had to say. Just a couple minutes left in this segment. Thank you all for the great phone calls. Here's Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah, I'm really excited. You know, I didn't know what was going to happen when I signed here. But, you know, obviously love playing the game, love being on the field, love competing with the guys in this locker room. So really excited to have an opportunity to go out and compete. And, you know, hopefully lead this team to wins.
Ryan, when did you find out that you were going to be the starter?
How?
When did you find out you were going to win?
Yesterday afternoon.
Phone call, come in the building, how did it all go down?
I had a meeting with Vrabel.
The team's really, he said, looking for a spark from you. How can you kind of do that without going outside the framework of who you are or what you do?
Well, you got to stay true to who you are, and I think that's key. But go out and produce, you know, make plays. Take advantage of the opportunities that are there. Don't try to do too much. Really just, you know, play quarterback to the best of my ability. You know, I think if we move the ball and score points, that spark will be there.
What maybe sets you apart from Marcus, and I'm not trying to, you know, put you guys up against each other, but maybe set you apart at this point to get this offense sparked?
Yeah, I don't want to get into comparing, you know, myself and Marcus. I love Marcus and have a ton of respect for him. But we are a little bit different players and bring a few different things to the table. So I'm just going to go out and be me and be me to the best of my ability.
You kind of talked about this a little bit on Sunday, but about it's kind of not awkward, but it's difficult going through situations like this. How do you balance your emotions when getting an opportunity, but and also having a friend in Marcus who obviously probably hurting a little bit? Yeah,
no doubt. You know, it's a really tough situation. Like you said, really excited for my opportunity and being able to go do what I love to do, which is play football and compete.